So, good evening, friends. This is Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer at Treasury Consulting and also a venture capitalist. Today, we would be shooting a video. Uh, Actually, I wanted to shoot this video long ago, and I would be shooting a video which would be covering as 10 or maybe 12 goals of highly successful people. Now, this video was actually requested by somebody, so that is why I'm shooting this video. But whatever the content I have, this is my personal content. I strongly feel that these are the 12 successful or 11 successful traits. Traits in English means the capabilities, the traits of a person. I feel that the first trait of a successful person is that they don't have, they have, they have, they don't do anything if they don't have goals actually. The first state is that you have to have a goal in place, and that goal has to be meaningful goal. It should not be a non-meaningful goal. So example, I will kill somebody, it is also a goal, but it is a meaningful goal? No. I wanted to be a richest man of the globe. For what? At the expense of the poor people. Is this a meaningful goal? No. I wanted to own or launch a business school, but would I impart any education? No. Is this a meaningful goal? No. So all successful people in the world have meaningful goals. They really do not spend their life without having goals in place, and goals are very, very important for them. If they don't have the goal, they don't survive, and they keep reviewing the goal. So example, every company, every employee, you have one thing which is appraisal cycle, 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever increase you're getting, it's subject to your review by your manager. Politics or non-politics, that is different thing. But your goals are reviews. So they do have goals in place. Second thing is that they take the complete responsibility for their life rather than cripping. I think the highly successful people of the globe like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they have one thing in common: they always take complete responsibility of their life. They never crib. I might be there because that not happened. I might be there because that person not responded. Now there are two meanings of it. One, they don't crib. One, they always have via media in their mind. Now what is via media? In English, the meaning of the via media is the alternate. Now if they are launching a product and the product is not coming into the perfect shape, they have via media. If they are launching any program, that program is not coming into the shape, they have the via media. So all successful people take responsibility of their life. They don't crib, and I think they should not crib, because cripping is not what successful people do. Yes, at the same point of time, why they crip is that sometimes they tend to motivate their employees and the people, those who are working with them, but they are not getting motivated. So that's why sometimes they crip. Third is that they have very strict discipline, and which is observable discipline. Now there are two forms of discipline. One is the strict discipline and one is the normal discipline. Now what is a normal discipline? Like I give my example. Waking up at 6 a.m. is always a dream for me, because I slept at 3 a.m. in the morning. How can I wake up 6? But I have strict observable dream. And what is that discipline? What is that? I will wake up before 8. I cannot wake up at 6, but I wake up before 8. That I know. That discipline I have maintained for myself. Apart from that, what discipline I have maintained for myself? Not a single minute I waste for myself. Always keep reading for doing new things. There are people, those who are doing a lot of arguments on us, doesn't matter, and so on and so forth. I always believe in self-discipline and observable discipline, which can easily be observed. Then they obsessed with new developments. All successful people in the globe are highly obsessed with new developments. Apple, Microsoft are the leading example of that. They never, even if they are making money, they never think that they will not do anything new. They keep doing new things even if they are making money. They always continue to learn new things, and that is the right part of life. If they don't learn new things, they stop and sit and see that what best they can do. Next is they read a lot. Now, reading a lot doesn't mean that you have a tablet, you have computer, you have mobile phone. Reading could be newspaper. Now, most successful people of the globe, they are very good readers of newspapers. They are very good reader of magazines, business magazines. Now, all the good and successful people I know is that they read the morning newspaper holistically, and they read a lot of magazines holistically. I know somebody, even if he is walking on the road, he looks what is there on the road. That is, they read a lot. I tend to differ with the perception that reading means the books. No. Reading means you have to update yourself, what is happening around. And I think the most important source of the update is not the books, rather the newspaper, rather the social media like YouTube, rather the social media like LinkedIn and respective. They have the perfect time management skills. And this is what I am telling to a lot of people. Everyone in this globe, Mr. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Larry Ellison, me, you, everyone is having 24 hours in place. No one in this world can claim that he have more than 24 hours. But if you go to top 10 successful people of the globe, they convert their 24 hours to 48 hours. And people like Steve Jobs convert 48 hours to 72 hours. I know that for few people, those who are before us, with an IQ of less than 3, they don't understand the meaning of that. How can you convert 24 hours to 48 hours? But this is what a human brain, the first challenge for the human brain is. Trust me, I don't tell about myself, but for me, apparently there are 24 hours in a day, but I have converted this to 48 hours. There are a lot of people coming to me and asking that you're doing this, you're doing that, how would you get the time? Apparently, I will thank you to Mr. Jobs, who converted 48 hours to 72 hours, and that is my goal is. So watch is 24 hours, but for them it is actually 72 hours. This is important thing you need to learn, and that is something which requires time, practice, dedication, self-discipline, and many things. They always take risk, never worry about risk. But one risk which they really always have in their lives is the risk of regret. I don't know how many people here knows the meaning of risk of regret, but the meaning of risk of regret is that what would if I would have done that? All the successful people of the globe, they always take risk, and they should be taking the risk. Why are they taking the risk? Because they don't want that at the end or at the deathbed or maybe at any stage of the career, they feel like the risk of regret. This is what they are not doing, and this is very important for them. Risk of regret is something they don't want to take. Apart from that, they take every possible risk, and one has to. The best scientists of the globe, few I know by name, not personally, I have read about them, like the person who invented the polio medicine. He got to, I think, his mentor or maybe some hospital, maybe whatever senior doctor, and said that I wanted to test this medicine, but he not got the approval. You won't trust, he tested on himself. That is, because he was requiring a body, he tested on himself. All the successful people will take the risk in their life, and I think they should be. Very importantly, they keep moving, no step back. Now here the perfect example is none other than the Steve Paul Jobs. He came back in 1995, and from 1995 till 2011, iMac, Mac Pro, Mac Pro notebook, iPod, multiple versions of iPad, multiple versions of iPhone. He never stopped. Had it been somebody at his place, he was having a very simple excuse that I joined in 1995 when Apple was 4 months away from bankruptcy. Today, I am having so many products in place, but did Steve stop? No, they never stop. They keep moving. All the successful people in this globe, if they designed anything, if they devise anything and that turns successful, they devise the next thing. They never stop. But most of the people in this globe are having a habit that if anything goes wrong or anything not come in the favor or so on and so forth, they stop. Should not be. Next come, and this is the line which I have borrowed from, this is my favorite line, which one of the great person ever said. He said that a successful person is a person who make his villa from the bricks thrown to him. I would like to put three names: Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Julia Gillard, ex-Prime Minister Australia, and all such great people. If you look at their life history, you will get to know so many bricks were thrown at them and few bricks hit their body as well and hit them as well, mentally as well as physically. Bill Gross. Today we all youngsters are talking about fixed income. We are talking about total return swap. We are talking about total return analysis. But who invented that? Who taught this world that these things actually exist? Who was behind them? Like when it comes to iPod, iPad, iPad Pro and iMac, iPhone, we are having Mr. Jobs. Who is behind the TRA, total return analysis, total return swaps, value averaging, fixed income and all? Who is behind that? It is Bill Gross. And Bill Gross was asked to leave his own company. If you look at their life, you would get to know not a single brick but sets of bricks being thrown at him. But what he did, maybe we might not be alive after several years, but Bill Gross would continue to be alive after so many years because Bill Gross is a benchmark in fixed income. Because whatever we kids are having today, it's being invented by Bill Gross. Goldman Sachs. A lot of people claim that I know forward, option, swap, this instrument, but how many actually know all these instruments are created by Goldman Sachs? Goldman Sachs would always be remembered as a bank who created these instruments and led the youngsters like us to do that. Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, our beloved and the late Prime Minister of Government of Singapore. He was having a very simple option, just to live his life and enjoy. But what he did, he spared his life to make Singapore as a beautiful and a financial center, a country to remember for. And result, Lee Kuan Yew, even after 2015, he would continue to be remembered till by the time the clock keep ticking. The reason, they are the people who made their bricks they made their villas from the bricks threw at them. And we don't have short of examples. All the successful peoples today, people felt that they are successful, they are lucky, but people forget it that they are not lucky. They made their villas from the bricks. Last example, Indian cricket, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. You know that everyone saw his movie. How many bricks being thrown at Mahendra Singh Dhoni? But today where he is, you all know. So make this as a habit. Never underestimate yourself, right? Last but not the least, second last, they do what they love. And that is what Steve Jobs always said. Do what you love and love what you do. If you are, first of all, there are three things into it. If you don't know what you love, but you are still doing that, you are wasting everybody's time. If you know what you love, but you are not doing that, okay, try, keep moving. At least I know what I love, but I am not doing that. If I know what I love and I am doing that, the end result would always be Apple and Microsoft. So do what you love what you do, and all successful people on the globe they do what they love. It could be poetry, it could be computers, it could be operating system, it could be financial management, it could be enterprise resource planning, it could be space, it could be defense, it could be politics, it could be make a small island Singapore a wonderful country of the world, but they do what they love, and what they love they do. And last, they believe what Steve said and what I always believe is stay hungry and stay foolish. Never we feel satisfied. Complacency is something which can kill any resource, any company. Yahoo. What was short of it? Yahoo was a brand. I still remember in 1996 people were dying to have the Yahoo account in place. Die to Yahoo account in place. Like I used to have an ID on Yahoo, xyz@yahoo.com. Today, where is Yahoo? Everyone talking about machine learning, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, augmented reality, virtual banks, and all these things. But people talking about Amazon, Jack Ma, people talking about Singapore, and so many things. Social media is full of these things. Agreed or disregard, that is a different thing. Views are always there. But anyone talking Yahoo? No. No one talking Yahoo. Remember one thing in your life, stay hungry and stay foolish. Stay hungry and stay foolish in one line. Remains hungry, never be complacent, and stay foolish means never think that if you are having a new idea, you cannot be wrong. I would like to rephrase this with the Warren Buffett quotes. If you did everything rightfully in your life, it effectively meant that you tried nothing new in the life. Because had it been, you would have made so many mistakes. All the new things which you do in your life are full of mistakes because you do not know. You do not know. When I am going to be founding my bank in 2024, when we're going to be first filing the license in Hong Kong and Singapore both, 5 years from now, I'm sure I would commit mistake. Because I had it as a treasurer, I never run any bank. I know how they work, but I don't know how to file the banking license. I would surely commit mistake. The only person in this world who can claim that he never committed any mistake is the person who never tried anything new. Henceforth, Steve rightly pointed that stay hungry and stay foolish. One has to be foolish, keep doing new things, and one has to be hungry that I wanted to make this, I wanted to live after me because of positive reasons. He left the world with a legacy. Vanguard founder left with a legacy. Our beloved late Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew left with a legacy. They all left with legacies. Now I would like to ask 3 questions from you. If you wanted to be a successful person in the life, just answer 5 questions. Number 1. Are you seriously utilizing your time effectively? Are you giving your time importance, or you just see that time is nothing but a clock, which is a device? Point number 3. Do you have one diary where you are mentioning your goals, what you wanted to do, and when you wanted to do, and how you wanted to do? 4th, you seriously wanted to be in the list of the names I said, Steve Paul and Jobs, Lee Kuan Yew, maybe Mahatma Gandhi, Einstein, Edison. The list is very long, very, very long. I need a book to read this list. You wanted to be in this legacy, or you wanted to be remembered only by few people, 5, 6 people, those who are around you, and thank you. Choice is yours. My last line, success never comes easy. You have to go for it. And once you go for it, you need to sacrifice so many things. With this, Treasury Consulting, thank you very much. You know my mobile number 919899242978. You know our fixed income platform, www.fixedincome.global. Have a great time ahead.